Next interesting question that came along is about being burned out. How do you prevent burnout? And I'm talking to you on a Friday night after a long week, and I'm totally burnt out. So this will be a good way for me to address you from the heart. So how do you prevent burnout? Well, the only way to prevent burnout is to not work. If you don't work, then you won't burn out. So that's the solution. Unfortunately, sometimes though, we have to work. We have to earn a living, or we have a schedule, and we can't just decide we're not going to burn out. So in a way, if you have to keep working, the question isn't so much how do you prevent burnout as it is what do you do about the fact that you're burnt out with people. And there's really a lot of things that you can do to stay with people when you're burned out. Now, one of them, I remember there was a therapist at the school who was working with one of the most difficult patients in the school internship program that we had ever seen. And we asked her how she did it. How can you be with this difficult person without burning out? And she whipped the check out of her little book there, and it was a really big check, a bigger check than we'd ever seen. And she smelled it and she said, "Give me the money." So if you have patients who are paying you, that can certainly be a good way to counter burnout, is to just think about the money and what you're going to do with the money. Now, the person who asked me the question said that she's in a session falling asleep. And what do you do about falling asleep? Well, I think it's a very good idea to rest. And if you lose patience, that's fine too. For a long time, I only kept 6 patients. That's all I could do. And I made my living with a trade. I taught software. That was my trade. It's a very good idea to have a trade, because then you don't burn out the way that you would possibly to the point of trauma if you didn't have another way to make money. So falling asleep is very good in the beginning, and try to get a trade. Then you're motivated by things that you need. And then at a certain point with the burnout, you really read the signs of your own body and your own mind, and there's a comfort in being able to be in your body even if you're bone tired, and even if you're feeling overwhelmed, you could still go ahead because you know what you're doing. So that's, through the year, some different ways to manage burnout. I hope you have a wonderful, relaxing, restorative, regenerative weekend. Bye.